Hi butterflies, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be your pick a card reading entitled What Do You Need to Pay Attention To? Now you have a choice between pile number 1 or pile number 2. Now pile number 1 is represented by the clear quartz and pile number 2 is represented by the moonstone. So you can choose both piles if you want, or you can choose an individual pile. Okay, let's go to pile number 1 and let's take a look at what do you need to pay attention to. So we've got the Magician card, we've got the 6 of Pentacles, we've got the 8 of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, yeah, leave that one there. And we've got the Sun card, the 9 of Cups. I've got to cover him up. Let me just move that and then just put this here. Sun card, alright. 9 of Cups and the 10 of Cups. Okay, we're going to start off with these cards first. We've got a lot of yellow here, so this is indicating to me that the first thing that came to mind when I saw the Magician card was you are not aware of how powerful of a creator, of a co-creator that you are. I feel like for some of you, you may have felt as if your confidence were diminished. This has something to do within the working environment. We have the 6 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles always represents Virgo energy for me personally. And Virgos rule the, 6th house, which is all about being of service to others and being of service to self. Looking at one's, health, because the 6th house does rule health, and it also rules work as well as hidden enemies within work. So what you need to pay attention to, pile number 1, is that if you had a inkling that you had someone trying to go against you at work, then unfortunately, and it's not unfortunately, because we should always pay attention to those nudges that we have. It's when we don't pay attention to those little nudges, it then leads to us feeling regretful down the line, like, why didn't I take notice of that, that feeling I got in my stomach when I was around that person. That person was being overly nice and I just took them as face value. Why did I disregard my own conscience around this situation? So in regards to being unfortunate, it's unfortunate due to the fact that no one wants to experience working around somebody that is toxic or somebody that is trying to go against them. So when I say unfortunately, I mean that it's unfortunate if you are in that situation, but it's not unfortunate in regards to you being right about the hunches that you were given through your body. So what you need to pay attention to is your body as well, is the fact that, and when I say your body, is the fact that those feelings that you were getting around that person or after conversing with that person, you may have felt a little bit lethargic, drained, felt a bit fuzzy, felt a bit uncomfortable, or just this weird feeling. You were right. Okay, so you do need to pay, for some of you, yes, you do need to pay attention more to how you feel after you leave others, especially a specific person. This individual could be a Pisces, they could be a Gemini, or a Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, or Venus. This person, I feel, they come across as very sunny and bright. It's almost like they're trying to mirror your energy, because I'm looking at the yellow here. The yellow represents the solar plexus, which rules your confidence, how you show up to the world. And I feel as if this person is drawn by your light and other people are drawn by your light. You could be in a position of leadership, or this person could be in a position of leadership, or they could be striving towards a position of leadership, and they could see you as somebody that is their competitor. This could also be a family member, not for all of you, but I feel it could be a family member. This could be somebody that wants to beat you at all cost. It could be someone at work that is threatened by your work ethic as well. But they could be coming across as somebody that is just very, you know, playful and warm and inviting, but it's only a means. They're only using this facade. I say facade because in some regards, yes, it is a facade, right? You scratch beneath the surface, this person is very competitive. They want to beat you at all costs, but Spirit is saying that what you need to pay attention to is your own power. Some of you have forgotten who you are. Some of you have forgotten that you are a leader. You know, some of you have downplayed your actual talents. Some of you have forgotten that you are actually a star and you stand out. You know, you are to remember, pile number one, that your focus should mainly be on your creativity in the now. There's something around maybe someone disempowering you or making you believe that what you're trying to strive for, what you're trying to achieve is, I'm hearing ludicrous, ridiculous, because it could have been something that you know, whatever you're trying to strive for. I'm hearing, I don't know, I'm hearing Mars sextile Mercury. Some of you could have a Mars sextile in your Mercury. And when you have this aspect, you know, Mars is all about action. Mercury is about communication, thoughts, how we communicate, how we think. Because these two aspects, your Mars could be, you know, check out your chart, right? But because some of you have like a Mars aspect in your Mercury, you are able to convey your thoughts through action, yes, but you are able to deliver, you're able to produce what you think, which is normal anyway. I'm getting there, guys. I'm getting there, butterflies. But if it was a harsh aspect, say like squares are harsh aspects. So if you had like a Mars squaring your Mercury, then how you know, I've done research on this, but how you communicate with others will be quite harsh, and you could appear to be, this is if you had a square aspect, how you communicate to others could be quite harsh, and it could be quite forceful, argumentative. You may, you know, gain a lot of enemies within the workplace. This could be this other person's energy, you know, with this Mercury and Mars, right? Their Mercury could actually this to me is Mars, right? Their Mercury could be conjunct in their Mars, which means that when they communicate with others, they could come across in a way whereby they are very forceful, controlling, dictatorial. They could come across as, and this could, for some of you, I'm hearing, this could be some of your aspects. If it is your aspect, then, you know, we all have harsh and positive aspects. Some of us have a lot of more positive aspects in our chart, but for some of you, if this is you, then Spirit is saying that if you do have this Mars conjunct your Mercury, because remember, Mars is all about action, it's all about how we go after things, our sexual energy, etc., right? And Mercury is all about how we think, how we communicate, and sometimes if it's harsh, like a square, sometimes the opposition, no, I find the opposition is in harmony, it's balanced out. But if you've got a square aspect, then it's about knowing that you could come across in, you know, a manner that could not generate a lot of people that are got to be comfortable. You know, people could perceive you to be quite, you know, forceful, dictatorial. You could feel like you're just being, you know, you're just saying how you feel, but people could see or feel that your tone is quite harsh, it's rude. So it's looking at that and realizing, okay, this is my aspect, but I can work with it, right? But I feel it's more so coming from another person towards you, and this is one of the reasons why they're trying to pull the rug from under you, because I feel like your Mars, how you go after things, etc., your work ethic, you got a very strong drive towards, you know, hard work, and your Mercury are sextiling, and sextiling and trining are more harmonious than, say, like a square, right? Even like opposition, something that opposes, that's opposite. So they're looking at you and thinking, how can you get by in work? People are, they're trying to study you, like they're trying to understand. This person could be a Gemini or a Leo, right? This is where this behavior, you know, this type of, it's like a blurry behavior. I wouldn't say that they're taking action as yet, but this is someone I feel that is not to be trusted in and now. They're trying to learn you, right? So they're trying to see, or they have worked out, or they're trying to work out how come people are drawn to your energy. And I think one of the reasons why is because you have this aspect, right, whereby you're able to convey your thoughts in a pleasant manner, which is able to be digested in others as in a non-threatening, you know, forceful manner, direct, forceful, aggravating way. How you go by your work, and it's not to say that we need to only express ourselves to appease other people. No, this is part of your aspect. So, you know, you get to the heart of the matter when you're communicating. With me personally, I go around the park, I go up the motorway. Sometimes I get told by my daughter, I get told by my sister, even my partner at the time, you take long to get to the point. The only one I can say that was more and that's because I've got Mercury squaring Uranus. So Uranus is all about, you know, being unorthodox, thinking outside of the box, being radical or a rebel, and then Mercury is like analytical, etc. So it's like the two are just like alien to each other. So that's why I contend. But anyway, that's another story. But in your regards, I feel like your Mercury is in harmony with your Mars, which makes you to be a person that is able to come across as non-threatening. You're able to convey what you want to say in a very pleasant manner to others. Your thoughts, you are very creative, so your creative flow seeps over into how you direct this outwardly, which is threatening to this individual. It's pleasant to other people, right? So you could be a songwriter, I feel like it's more in your speech, you know, whatever you want to say, you're more direct. Like, I don't think you go around the park like I do, and I wouldn't say it's a negative thing or a bad thing that I do that, but everyone's different. But I feel like you're more direct, but it's in a soothing tone. You get straight to the heart of the matter. You're able to lead and show others, without realizing that you're doing it, how to work efficiently and effectively in a non-threatening way. But people, whoever this person is, find you threatening for some reason. Their Mars is conjunct their Mercury, so in their view, no one's disputing the fact that they're intelligent, but they feel like they should be, you know, I'm hearing worship. So it's like people want to follow you. They are absorbed by your energy. They want to learn from you. So it's almost like you have people waiting on, what are you going to say next, you know, type of thing. And it riles this person up. I feel like this person does admire you, but it's almost as if I'm hearing them say, what about me? I'm intelligent too. So what you need to pay attention to is the fact that you have a way about you where people are just drawn to your energy. People see you as a leader. You're very likable. And these are the qualities that you were not paying attention to, or for whatever reason. This could be a domineering person who just like wants to stand out, wants to be the center of attention. and it can appear as if they are in a leadership role, but this is only because of manipulation. So there is somebody manipulative around you. That's what I will say. What do you need to pay attention to? Yes, Seven of Swords. This person is manipulative. This could also indicate for some of you, not for all of you, but for some of you, that if you felt that you was in this energy of being manipulative, then is to look at ways in, why do you feel the need to bend the rules in order to get to where you want to go. But I feel more so that this could be another person that could be trying to, and it's not it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be you, but this is a person that does bend the rules because they want to be seen as highly intelligent. They want to be seen as masterful in their craft, in their field. This could be a family member. This could be definitely somebody at work, somebody in the community, could be a sibling, could be a neighbor. But I feel like it's somebody at work with this, this person could be doing the same creative role as you are, but they like to take shortcuts. For some of you, this person may try and make you take shortcuts to try and disarm you of your actual way of being, so that they will look as if they done things in the ethical way, because there's an energy of them being quite threatened by hard work, by people's hard work, because within them they feel like they haven't got the energy to be able to, they see you as somebody with a lot of energy and a lot of power, and they want the Nine of Cups. They do like you, but at the same time, if it's a choice between success and a working friendship, they're going to choose success over you any day, every day. They have a hidden agenda, and this is like not just you, they're like this to the majority of people, because they just want to conquer the world. And Spirit is also saying that if you are thinking about taking any shortcuts, then yes, it may lead to temporary happiness, but the end goal for you is that Ten of Cups life, and this Ten of Cups life could result in you wanting to achieve what you wanted to achieve and then settling down or buying your property or whatever the case is, but not to try and swerve or try and take any shortcuts. Whatever you're trying to attain is going to take hard work to get to where you need to go. It's going to require focus, dedication, and for some of you, sacrifice. And that's not to say if you want to get into a relationship, because for some of you, because simply mean you just simply want to get into a relationship. But I feel more so this is work situation. But even if you wanted to get into a relationship, this could indicate, because you could be manifesting a new partnership, but Spirit's putting this person on hold because there's things that you need to do. You need to start giving to yourself. You need to start loving yourself, because there's things that we need to do after we come out of a connection or when we're trying to manifest in. So there's still things that need to be worked on from you, pouring back into your confidence, doing things that are going to make you feel good to level up your confidence in order for you to attract somebody that's on the same vibrational frequency as yourself. So there's work that still needs to be done on your part. You don't want to be depleted when you do connect with the person for you, and energetically and spiritually there is a deficient, and then you're going to be like, but hold on a minute, this is everything I wanted, but how come I'm not accepting of this person's love, and how come I'm overthinking the fact that they want to be with me? Because your confidence are not to the level where they should be, so that when this individual comes, you'll be accepting of it, because you'll be balanced in regards to your confidence, in regards to knowing what you are deserving of and not second guessing it. So there's work that needs to be done on that regard. So Spirit is saying still focus on yourself, on pouring into yourself, not throwing yourself just into work, just like this, I'll make money, this is going to level up my confidence. No. This is about you working on yourself, looking at where there are shortcomings in your, environment within yourself, and building on that, working on that, filling that up. what can help you for some of you is your creativity. Some of you are artists. I'm looking at the Page of Cups. Page of Cups represents Piscean energy, and Pisces rule Neptune. Neptune is all about the arts, things that are visual, that are beautiful on the eye. Some of you could be like makeup artists. Some of you could decide that you want to change your image right now, right? Some of you may decide, I want to wear more makeup, I want to learn about makeup. Some of you, could be dancers. Some of you, there's something about the way some of you move as well, that is very pleasing to the eye. You do something that is artistic, working on your art, honing your craft as well, even if it requires you focusing on the technicalities of your craft, the boring aspect of what you do that is fun. That's what Spirit is saying, to become the best version of yourself within that area of work that you work in, and also working on yourself as well. And I feel like that's going to help with your confidence, knowing how good you are, because it's like some of you don't know how good you are. Maybe you may have felt overlooked by others, and it's not about trying to appease other people. It's about appeasing ourselves and knowing, we know within ourselves if we've done a good job or not, and being realistic with yourself as well, and working on the areas that needs improvement, knowing also that you are the co-creator of your destiny. If you go into a situation and feeling as if you have failed, then the likely outcome will be, pile number one, is that you're going to attract failure towards you. Or if you go into a situation thinking, I'm only going to meet like toxic guys that just are manipulative, likely outcome will be that you will probably draw these people towards you, or you would act in a way that could be a mirror reflection of what you fear, and then you'll scare the person away that actually wants to come towards you with good intentions. So it's about just working these things out mentally, but knowing that you are the co-creator of your destiny. Ultimately, I personally believe that God has the last say, and what we can control is staying away from anything or anyone that we know is not going to make us feel good. We know that's toxic, because sometimes we know situations are not going to be good. We've all been, we've all done it, where we all walk toward a situation even though we've got that gut feeling. And that's what I feel for you, knowing that you have, you listening to your gut feelings now, so that you don't have to pay the price later. And walking away, what you need to pay attention to is walking away anything or anyone that doesn't make you feel good. And this could also be family for some of you as well. This could be family. And learning that in order to get to where I need to go, I need to cut out the distractions. I need to make that sacrifice. We've got the Lovers card here again. I feel like there's somebody within your community. It could be a neighbor. This is Gemini twice, right? And I'm hearing for some of you going towards your true node, like your north node, and releasing your south node. Or when I read that, sometimes I always think to abandon, and that could be me. That could be my issues around releasing or attachments. Who knows? But I read somewhere also that to take and learn from your south node, but not bring it into this life, if that makes sense. Because in regards to north node and south node, it is seen that we need to move towards our north node. That's who we're supposed to become in this life, and I'm finding that to be partly true. But I also resonate with what I read yesterday in regards to remembering the south node, taking the lessons out of the south node and the positive aspects out of the south node, and incorporating it in with the north node. That's my personal theory, right? So, but I feel for you to move more towards your north node, and there's something here about you having to move away from others, and this could, when I was listening to, what was I listening to? I was listening to, I think it was Ileasha. I was listening to 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 Ileasha I was listening to Astrolada. She's my favorite astrologer, and she was talking about the eclipse. So this could also be in regards to the eclipse, because some of you could have Leo in your chart, and you know it does rule for the eclipse. Leo's third house. Leo's third house. And she did mention about having to walk away from. Some of you could have Leo in your chart, and she did mention about some of you having to walk away from, you know, like a community, a friendship, etc. And we have the 5 of Pentacles here. So I definitely feel that what you need to pay attention to is that there is a specific friendship that needs releasing, you know, and you may have held on to this friendship feeling like, but I've known this person for years, or whatever the case is, but I feel like this person has not got your best interests at heart, and there's something around them being in trying to diminish your light in some way, trying to beat you at all costs, trying to be in competition with you. And there is somebody at work, some sort of hidden enemy that is deceitful. If you felt they were deceitful but you wasn't sure, Spirit is here to confirm to be mindful. You need to pay attention to this person. And that's not to say to warn other people in the workplace, because sometimes that can backfire, but just safeguard and protect your energy, because this person has seen you and others maybe as a threat, and they will not think twice to jeopardize others in order to be seen as a great leader, as an efficient worker, as somebody that's successful. Anyone that they deemed to be creative, hardworking, intelligent, so they see these qualities as successful, and they see people with these qualities to eventually become in positions of power and leadership where they want to be. So they believe in chess and ticking people off, getting closer to their enemies, to learn from their enemies, to learn the enemy's next move. This is a narcissist. This person is like a villain in like a film or a drama, right? It's always a villain, right? And they like to overmind people. If that makes sense. I'm not laughing at this person, but I just feel like this person has got so much time to be behaving like this. There's some sort of instability here, but this person thrives off being in the 7 of Swords, because they've got this energy of, I'm going to beat them before they beat me. They just view everyone as a direct threat to them. They view everyone as trying to block them from achieving success. This person wants global domination. They want to be a CEO. You know, this person is trying every means to get into industry. You know, they could be a parent, I don't know, but they will not stop, and they will not stop to try and pick others off who they feel is going to block them from sitting on top of the world. I'm surprised, because ultimately what this person wants is that happy family life. They want to be successful, abundant. They want happiness, but the way they're going about it is wrong. So Spirit wants you to know that it's even draining talking about this individual, to be mindful of this person. Don't tell this person your goals. Move in silence, work in silence, especially if this person's doing the same form of work as you. This person will copy you, they will try and imitate you, and others like you, but just be mindful of this person. You could be caught, you know, you can be friendly, but don't get over friendly with this individual, because this person feels like whoever they feel is going to take away their 9 of Cups to get to their 10 of Cups, they will not seek to destroy. So Spirit is saying for some of you to end this friendship, to remove yourself from this person, and to release a friend as well. There's someone that you need to release, because this person may have left, may have walked away. This person will not be there in times of trouble, because they could be wrapped up in their own fear, they could be wrapped up, whatever the case is. So you need to take back your power and move away, and not make excuses for this individual. For some of you, this person wants to reach out and call you, but where will it leave you? It will only make them happy to know that they have you back in their life. But once you're back in their life, their behavior will still persist. They will not be able to meet you where you need to be met emotionally, which is going to leave you feeling as if it's a pointless connection, you know. And that could be the thing for some of you. Spirit wants you to be aware and pay attention to pointless. I wouldn't say pointless because we always learn things, right? But just to be aware of certain connections and look at if you're giving too much to a situation more than the other. Because I feel that things may have been sorry if that's annoying, one-sided. You were giving too much energetically, maybe financially and spiritually to somebody, and they weren't meeting you halfway. This could be someone that you was in a long-term relationship with, and you feel disempowered, you feel rejected, you may have felt that you were manipulated, and Spirit wants you to pay attention to that. And not to say you wasn't, or you was manipulated, but at the same time, Spirit wants you to look at, why do you feel the need to give so much? Could it be due to the fact that you're trying to shy away from your own responsibilities in regards to giving to yourself? Are you putting yourself on the back burner? If so, why are you doing that? Do you not feel that you are worthy? These are the things that needs to be looked at. And it's nice to help others and to pour into others, but then if it's leaving your work and your self-development, you know, unattended to, then it could then cause and build up resentment. So it's about taking a step back and thinking, okay, I've done what I thought was right at the time for that person, to show that I care, to show that I love them. But I can't get angry with that person for not accepting my help and my love and my care. They were a mirror to show me, even by their actions, that I actually need to be given to myself. So instead of getting angry with that person, it's hard to, in that moment, I understand, butterflies, but this is how our higher self could view a situation, right? I need to take and thank the person for showing me that side to them, because it highlighted to me the wounds within me that needs to be healed, and that I need to work on, and that I'm going to work on now. So this is what I feel Spirit wants you to pay attention to. So that's what I have for you, pile number 1. I hope that's been of help, and I will speak to you soon. Take care of yourself. Peace out. I was just about to press the button. I'm going to go on to pile number 2 now. What does pile number 2 need to pay attention to? Okay. Okay, we've got the Emperor, 4 of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, the Hermit, 4 of Cups. Yeah, okay. This is, to me, when I first saw this, I just thought, okay, there could be 2 things. There could be a boss that is quite rigid, or this could be your energy in regards to, you could be thinking to yourself, I want these things. I want to meet somebody that wants to settle down, wants to get married, you know, owns his or her own business, company, whatever the case is. And Spirit wants to say that in some regard, there's 2 things I heard. In some regard, what you want, you have to become that yourself. Because you could be in the energies of, oh, I want this, I want that, this, that, and the other. But at the same time, you need to reflect this back onwardly, or outwardly, I should say, because there could be someone wanting the same things within you. And there's also an energy here of you wanting to meet somebody. That's for the first group. For another group, there's a wanting of you to meet somebody, but energetically, spiritually, you're not ready yet. You're holding back. You could be saying, oh, when am I going to meet this person? But your actions are not reflecting that, because you feel within that you still need to go within. You need to be single for a while, and you may have had love offers, but you're closed off from it. Or you may have felt, why am I not drawing, romantic partners towards me. Because you could feel like at this stage you want this now, you want the emperor now. Why am I not drawing these people towards me? What I want is because the spirit wants you to know that there's still work that needs to be done in regards to loving yourself. With the Knight of Cups, see how he's facing the Hermit. The Hermit is when we go within, right? Some of you could be a Virgo, Aries, or a Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars and Venus. And I feel like, inner work takes a long time. It's to me personally, it's an ongoing process, right? But I feel as if some of you could be trying to swerve doing, and when I say swerve, avoid doing the inner work. There's an energy of repression, that like not wanting to face the inner pain and start trying to stuff it down. And what needs to be paid attention to is that the more you stuff down, and this is not for all of you, pile number one, this is like just for some of you, the more you stuff down, the more unhealed wounds are not being looked at and managed. And it will eventually result in feeling energetically trapped and not being able to manifest what you want, because some of you may have been in that energy of, even if I don't need to deal with whatever needs to be dealt with, I just want love, and if I get love, then I won't have to think about. But it's almost as if spirit is blocking you from that love, and the reason why it's being blocked for a reason. It's intentionally blocked. It's blocked for your own development. It's blocked for your own protection, so that you don't attract something toxic in that's not in alignment with you, and that will make you have even more traumas to have to work through. And it's also being blocked from a potential partner from coming in who is wanting to connect with someone that is emotionally open and vulnerable, or who is on their healing journey and who is not. Because then you could connect with this person, but then you could eventually both end up hurting each other, because this person could be emotionally open and vulnerable, but because you haven't dealt with what needs to be dealt with, your energy will push this person away, either through words or either through action, just isolating yourself, which will then make this person then feel, dependent on how highly evolved they are, make them feel insecure. What is it that I'm doing wrong? Overextending themselves, and trying to please you at all costs, which is just going to be detrimental to the both of you. So what needs to be paid attention to is doing that shadow work on your part, looking at what needs to be healed and its individual journey, and trying to heal from some sort of trauma that you have experienced. For some of you, it's wanting love but rejecting love, and then wondering why one's not in love in a relationship, looking at why do I reject love. And it could be, you could look at the fact of, okay, when I was younger, my father wasn't there for me, so I thought that I was unlovable. So looking at your father wounds around the father, maybe your father was going through his own trauma and didn't know, wasn't taught how to be a father, right? Could have been your grandfather. Please take what resonates. But it could have been the ex-partner. But looking at their actions and not taking it personally, that was the only way that they knew how to be in their way of being. And I took it on as if it was I took it on as if it was my fault, but they were projecting how the only way they knew how to onto me, and I took that on board and was the embodiment of that energy that they projected onto me, which then made it harder for me to connect with love potentials down the line. So it's about, unfortunately for some of you, going back to a past partner, past betrayal, working through those issues, releasing yourself through those issues. I'm hearing doing some sort of releasing ceremony for some of you, forgiving that person that hurt you, that male domineering figure, that father figure, that dad, that brother, whoever this case is, that it could also be a mother that was in her masculine, that felt, I have to be masculine, I'm not going to show you how to love, or I'm not going to, you may have grown up feeling like, okay, a woman has to hide how she loves because my mother told me never let a man know how much you love them because they're going to treat you bad. So you could have been in that energy, which is then could be scaring off potential love partners because of what you were taught, what you learned. But there's something around you having to heal from something in order to bring something in. That's what needs paying attention to. Shifting your energy as well, releasing your grip of, this is my heart, I'm not allowing, and that's not to say you want to walk around with an open heart, but it's doing you a disservice because it's making you think, why is this happening to me? Okay, so having some sort of mental breakthrough as well with the 7 of Cups as well, Ace of Swords, 7 of Cups. Some of you could be Libra. We've got 6 of Pentacles, we've got the Empress card. Some of you could be a Taurus, some of you could be an Aquarius, a Leo, a Sag as well. And going back to what I said before of what you wanting within a partner, when we request and say, oh, I want this, I want that, and if we're not getting it, it's about becoming that embodiment ourselves. We want to become a mirror to the person that we're trying to attract, or whatever we're trying to attract. So we have to look within ourselves and think, hold on a minute, am I at that level? Am I, so that may mean that I need to get myself to that level in order to attract that. There's no point me not being where I want to be in life and then expecting to get the best out of life. Do you understand what I mean? Like, we have to be the best ourselves in order to gain the best. And the best could be, doesn't have to be financially. It could be, a better person than we were the day before or the year before. Self-development. You may want someone that's articulate. You may want someone that is ambitious. You may want someone that travels a lot. And it's about doing these things or tapping into these things within ourselves. Why do I want somebody like that? And then thinking to ourselves, hold on a minute, I like these things. I like reading. So it's about reading more. It's about maybe going back to college or university, educating ourselves, because we're trying to find what we would want unsubconsciously sometimes within ourselves. And it's through, once we understand that and once we learn that, when we start going on that quest of being the embodiment of what we would like to see in another person, we will then attract it that way. That's what I believe, right? So this is about giving to yourself as well, investing in yourself, like power number 1. What needs to be paid attention to, just like similar cards but just different decks. 8 of Pentacles, investing in oneself. Your next project, power number 2, is yourself. Investing in yourself mentally, spiritually, financially, and just being a better version of you overall. And then you will find that you attract the person that you want to attract, that's in the same vibrational frequency, because you don't want to be with somebody that doesn't invest in themselves, right? And that could be educational wise, that could be, in their future, that could be in their appearance or their health or whatever. You don't want to be with a person, I feel like you want to be with a person that invests in themselves, whether that means that's in their education, their outer appearance, their health, their mental, their spiritual. You too need to be the embodiment of that, or work on these things as well. The Sun card, this is like the same cards but it's a different deck. What needs to be paid attention to is you getting in touch with your inner child and moving away from a certain way of being, like stepping out of the box, being your true authentic you. Some of you could be an Aquarius or you could be a Leo, and it's about expressing yourself regardless of how others are going to take to you. Because Aquarius and Leo they oppose each other, but this is about maybe merging your originality with being seen, if that makes any sense. Because I feel like you may have tried to suppress your originality. You try to conform. This is a spirit wants you to know that what needs to be paid attention to is not trying to fit in to, not trying to march to the beat of other people's drum of how other people want you to act. So maybe some of you may have been a people pleaser. We've all been there in the past. This is about not being a people pleaser, accepting your difference and embracing it and expressing it as well, because you may have tried to suppress your difference, right? You may have tried to suppress your difference because you wanted to fit in to social norms. And Spirit is saying you can be the new trend if you embrace your difference and express your difference with the Sun card and be unapologetic about it. Create the new trend as opposed to trying to follow the trend. Be the trend. You are the trend. That's what you need to pay attention to, knowing that you are actually the trend. What needs to be paid attention to is self-investment, tapping into your creativity, yes, but also maybe this is something about home, because the Empress card speaks about, that Taurus energy, the pleasures of life, home, food, etc. This could also mean, like, for some of you, eating more healthily, taking care of your appearance, your outer appearance, investing in yourself, maybe going to the gym more, walking more, spending time in nature, spending more time with yourself, not feeling as if you have to be part of a crowd, because sometimes self-development requires you to be alone as well, and embracing your beauty and not feeling guilty about it. Maybe some of you have grown up feeling like, oh, that's too vain, or people used to call me vain and this and that, and disregarding your feminine attributes. Even if you're a male, like, embracing and finding a balance between your masculine and feminine attributes, merging the two together, as well as, for instance, some of you may want to go into fashion design, but you may feel like, oh, that's like more of a feminine thing, but doesn't mean that you can't. This is about embracing your true authentic self, and just because you take pleasure in looking good, feeling good, smelling good, doesn't make you vain, or doesn't make you. It's just about you just embracing how you really are, regardless if people are going to accept it or not. As long as you accept yourself, that's the most thing that's important, and this is speaking about, and that could be something linked to the father as well. And this could also be about Spirit wants you to pay attention to your money, like balancing out your money as well, not just spending frivolously. I hope I said that right, because sometimes I get not spending frivolously. Yes, investing in yourself, and this investment in yourself could also mean paying for, instead of like just buying things that for the sake of buying things. Yes, by all means, make sure you look good, you smell good, and you're feeling good, but making sure you're investing in things that are going to benefit you for in the now, well, more so in the future. Not just giving money away or just spending money freely. Like, this could include, like, maybe spending money on short courses that's going to enhance your, education and enhance your career for the future. Saving as well, getting back in touch with your inner child, doing things that you always wanted to do when you were younger but you didn't get opportunity to do it, or doing fun things. Just however old you are, just because you're the age that you are doesn't mean that you cannot enjoy yourself. So making more time for fun and play. It's about finding you. And Spirit may also want you to know, like, for some of you that are in a relationship, that this could be the thing for you and your person, is to individually go and find yourselves, and or together, take time out, treat each other, show each other how much you both care about each other and how much you both appreciate each other. Buy each other gifts as well. It doesn't have to be a birthday, it doesn't have to be Christmas, it doesn't have to be Valentine's Day. And maybe do something for one another around the house, right? And maybe take a break, a holiday, and both get in touch with your inner child. Travel together. This could be what's needed for both of you to travel together, because there could be a lot of confusion around like the way you both communicate. You both may feel like you're not, like what you're both saying is getting lost in translation, and you're both not hearing each other, you're both not understanding each other. So it's about, you know, learning each other's languages and trying to communicate effectively. Maybe your person is more passionate than you are, you know, and it's about, because there could be like a fire and earth type of connection here, and it's about trying to meet each other halfway. So maybe this person may like, you know, making love and, you know, traveling, etc. You may just like earthy, homey things, cooking, you know, near the fire, watching a movie, eating cake and apple pie. You both clash, and then it may make you both shut down and feel like it's not making me happy, this relationship's not making me happy. So it's about trying to meet each other halfway. So maybe going away, you know, for instance, you might like that homey type layout in the relationship, right? And your person may like to travel, to go to exotic places, etc. So maybe if you do decide to travel, it's finding a compromise. You can go to somewhere that's like a cottage that will feel more homely, or you can go, if you've got children, you can go to like one of those resorts where it's family orientated, where there's other children, so your children can make friends and you can make friends with parents. So it's about finding a balance. What needs to be paid attention to for some of you, if you're in a relationship, is that you and your person could find a balance and could meet each other halfway. It's about sitting down and working through your differences and trying to find a common ground. With the 7 of Cups, this is about, you know, clearing out any type of confusion. So things that need to be taken care of. This is for myself as well with this one here. Things that need to be taken care of, listing them maybe, as well as prioritizing what's more important, not disregarding things, because then it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And, you know, clearing out what doesn't need to be there. You know, not overthinking about situations that is going to make you feel overwhelmed, but also sorting things out so that it doesn't overwhelm you and overpower you, you know, and make you get a clouded mind. You know, focusing on one thing at a time and working through a list efficiently, maybe making a list. So that's what I got for you, pile number 2. I will speak to you soon. Hope this reading has been of help to you. If you would like a private reading, please go to the description box below where all my contact details are. Take care, peace out.